Hi everyone, this is Kannababu. Welcome to Java Musings. Today we'll try to discuss about Java learning curve, means how to learn Java. As a fresher or an experienced person, if you want to start your career with Java, what are the modules that are available in Java and how to learn Java. So as a Java developer, first of all, you must have the knowledge on core Java. Core Java. Generally, as a developer, if you want to start your career, we need to start with some programming language. So, how to learn a programming language? That is very important. Every language will have some rules, syntaxes, concepts, as well as logics. From one language to another language, the rules will change, syntax will change, concepts will never change, logics also fixed. So, if you learn Java or .NET or Python, whatever it may be, the syntax may change. Syllabus is same. Only the syntax will change. Whatever is possible with the Java, everything is possible with the .NET and all the other languages. So as a developer, we need to understand the concepts. We need to by heart the rules. We need to by heart the syntaxes, and you need to apply basic mathematics for a particular requirement, and we can create the logics. So what knowledge is enough to become a to learn Java means just basic mathematics is enough, some problem solving skills. These basic knowledge is enough to become a to learn Java. So as a Java developer, first of all you have to learn core Java. I divided core Java syllabus into three parts: basics, oops, advanced concepts. Basics will try to learn some concepts like operators, variables, data types, conditional statements, loops, arrays, strings. So, what the advantage of learning these basics means? You'll get command on logical part. At the time of application development, as a developer, you need to write some business logic. You'll get grip on that business logic if you're good in basics. Similarly, OOPS is very important topic. Without the knowledge of OOPS, it is very difficult to travel in the future, like advanced Java or Java frameworks and all this stuff. And then you must have the knowledge on advanced concepts like exception handling, collections, generics, packages, multi-threading, Java new features. This the generally according to the current trend, you must have the knowledge on this core Java. Okay. So after you became strong in core Java, you must have the knowledge on advanced Java. Mostly Java main purpose is to develop the web applications. So if you want to develop any web applications, it is mandatory to learn advanced Java. You cannot develop any application only with core Java. In core Java, you will learn rules, syntaxes, concepts, and logics. Whatever you learn in core Java, you will try to apply in advanced Java. So if you want to develop any application, you must have the knowledge on UI technologies, basics, HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. And if you want to develop in a dynamic web application, mostly Java and .NET are popular to develop dynamic web applications. We can develop by using servlets, JSP, and JDBC. And one database server is there, that is Oracle. See, generally, if you observe clearly, any web application will have what one database is existing. Database means the place where the data is saved permanently in the form of tables, and one web server is required and browser is required. If you take any application, every application you have to keep in a common place where everyone can access, that is nothing but web server. Generally, web applications are basically divided into two types: static web application, dynamic web application. Static web application means the application whose content is common for all the users. Means whoever will open the website, everyone can see the same content. That type of application is called static web application, like Wikipedia, movie review websites, blogs. This all comes under static web applications, where you can develop these static web pages by using HTML. A dynamic web application means the application whose content will change based on user or location or search. These type of applications are called as dynamic web application. If I try to log into Gmail with my username and password, I can see my mails. If you log in with your username and password, you can see your mails. From one user to another user, the content will change. That type of applications are called as dynamic web applications, like e-commerce applications, means shopping cart applications like Amazon, eBay, Flipkart, or insurance applications, healthcare applications, college websites. Lot of applications are there. Big projects in industry are developed with Java only, like banking applications, insurance domain, healthcare domain. So every application require one web server. After developing the application, we have to keep that application the common place, that is nothing but web server, so that the end user can access that application. So what is a web server? Lot of web servers are there in Java, like Apache, Tomcat, JBoss, Glassfish, etc. So one web server is mandatory and one database server is mandatory. Database server means the place where the data is saved permanently in the form of tables, which is collection of rows and columns. So definitely Java people mostly they will use Oracle or MySQL, because MySQL is open source, and this is your browser actually. So when you develop any web application, one web server is required, one browser is required. Is it clear? So definitely your Java code will execute on this server. So if you want to develop any application, you must have the knowledge on these technologies. UI technologies, servlets, JSP, JDBC. JDBC is a technology to interact with database. JSP and servlets, both are similar actually to develop the application, web application. But nowadays servlets is outdated. You don't need to concentrate more on servlets. First start learning core Java and then advanced Java. And then coming to web services. Web services are also very important. Application to application communication. Web services are required. For example, if you develop any bookmyshow.com application in Java, now the customer want to book the movie tickets through online. So definitely this bookmyshow.com application want to communicate with banking application or Paytm application. So the bookmyshow.com is available in one server, and your banking application is available in another server. So server to server communication web service is required. But in olden days people used SOAP services, but now RESTful services are very important. SOAP means simple object access protocol. REST means representation state transfer. That is, you must have the knowledge on, as a Java developer you must have the knowledge on web services. And then Java frameworks are also very important. In olden days what happened, Java will have different frameworks are there. Framework will make the frameworks are generally used for faster application development. Rapid application development will use frameworks. Olden days Structs framework is there, it is a web framework, and Hibernate database framework, ORM framework is Hibernate. But nowadays Spring is dominating. Spring is very powerful. It is application development framework where you can develop the complete application by using a single framework, that is Spring. So simply you can call Spring is frameworks of frameworks. Spring consists of different modules like AOP, Spring Core, Spring AOP, Spring ORM, Spring Web MVC, Spring Context. Spring Core is very very important. It is like core Java. Without the knowledge of core Java, you cannot learn advanced Java. Similarly, without the knowledge of Spring Core, you cannot develop the Spring application. All the concepts that are required for your Spring are available in Spring Core. Very, very important. Advanced groups will be there, like IOs, inversion of control, dependence injection. All this stuff is available. And apart from this, after completing Spring, you must have the knowledge on Spring Boot with microservices. It is also very hot cake in the market. And nowadays there is a good demand for full stack developer. Full stack developer means you must have the knowledge on front end technologies and back end technologies. Front end HTML, CSS mandatory. Front end Angular or React JS. This is very very important. Angular with your Java is called as a full stack developer. React JS with Java. React is also very dominating nowadays. Companies are concentrating more on React. So front end is React. Backend is your regular Spring Boot or your data JPA. Core Java and Spring Core skills are required here. Is it clear? Means front end is Angular, backend is microservices, Spring Boot, and some take the support of cloud like AWS, and some Docker, Kubernetes, some Jenkins, some real-time tools are required. Some knowledge on AWS is required. Some DevOps tools like Jenkins is required. One database server is required. This area you don't need to become expert, but just basic knowledge is enough. But always try to be expert in basics. If the pillar is strong, you can construct how many floors you want. So for more videos, try to like, share, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Catch you later in the next video. Bye.